self and why we all are here. But again, welcome and very happy to be here with you. And I think we'll be spending next 45 odd minutes to really focus on the world of international franchising, because that happens to be our core service and activity. And that's why we are here. Okay. So let's start with some introductions. I am Venus Barak. I am the CEO of FranGlobal. I have been in franchising for over 16 years now, and in international business for over 25 years now. And with FranGlobal, what we really work on is exclusively with international brands, and they happen to be across industry, across countries, and of various sizes, from small to the largest ones, and really work with our clients to find them a proper entry through a master franchise partner or a master license partner, predominantly into India. India happens to be our, what you would call, anchor market. This is where we have originated from, and I'll set some context there. But being an international business development organization, FranGlobal, just by the nature of our business, has set up its base, its activities, and its services across multiple territories, and I'll talk about them. And but majorly, of course, India is our focus, is our anchor market, and with it, we also service Bangladesh, which is a next territory to us. We service Middle East, which starting from Dubai, UAE, and other territories over there, and we have business development point of touches in markets like the UK, Canada, Dubai, as I mentioned, Greece, Singapore, Australia. Recently, last year, we also set our foot in African market in Kenya. So, and this is because our nature of business require us to really spread our activities, our focus across business territories. So that's what FranGlobal brings. I think I can confidently say that our biggest strength, and we have been playing with our parent company, Franchise India, in the market for around 2 decades, initially as a fallout of the larger business, and then eventually as a focused company, is brand relationships. I would say that's our strength. We, over the years, over last a decade and a half especially, we have built relationships across brands, across brand owners, countries, different shows and associations. So I would say that's our biggest strength. And of course, vice versa, our another strength comes from working with the operators, working with master franchise partners, both existing and coming up in markets like India, the Middle East, Bangladesh, certain parts of Southeast Asia, and starting last year in Africa as well. So this is our core, I would say, business, and we are part of Franchise India. A lot of you who have joined us today would already know what Franchise India is, but I'm always more than happy to and very proudly connect the dots of FranGlobal with Franchise India. So FranGlobal is part of a much larger group, Asia's largest franchise service company, Franchise India Holdings Limited. And Franchise India, as you all mostly know, is a 25-year-old juggernaut and the largest franchise service company, according to me. And as part of my business, I travel across the world, the largest franchise service company anywhere in the world. but definitely from a size standpoint, biggest in Asia. Franchise India services over 80% of the overall franchise industry. The whole ecosystem of franchising in India is very ambitiously, developed and managed and run by Franchise India. We work very hard for it. I have been with the organization for a very long time. And I think being part of Franchise India does give FranGlobal some leverage, a lot of leverage and advantage in terms of its network, bandwidth, service capability, and of course, size. So that's, I would say, is overall context on why we are here. And today's session, so we do lots of events, lots of sessions, both digital and physical. And yes, a lot of them are brand focused, because we work with, I think at any point in time, and I'll kind of give you some sort of visuals for it in the session, over 100 plus brands. But Master Franchise Meet is predominantly focused. Yes, we will share some brand assets with you, but it's more focused on connecting and sharing our experience, some of the best practices around master franchising for, of course, existing operators and entities, entrepreneurs looking to invest into some international brand asset going forward. So yes, again clarifying, this session would be valuable if you are an existing operator looking to acquire some assets as a master franchise, whether it's a country master franchise, regional master franchise, state master franchise, doesn't really matter, because the size is not the point. In master franchising, the basic difference between a master franchise and a single unit franchise or a multi-unit franchise would be, master franchise by its nature is requires an ownership of the brand of a certain territory, which meaning that you would be the brand in that region, and the value and the overall opportunity is to develop that brand in that region over a period of time. AKA, I think the biggest name which come to your and my mind would be brands like McDonald's, Pizza Hut, KFC, Burger King, and Subways of the world. When they came to our part of the world, I mean, there was nothing to none market for a pizza or a burger, but now they are multi-billion-dollar organizations, and that is capturing the value at a certain dollar value 10, 20 years ahead of anyone who actually looks at that sector. I think that has always been the major characteristics of all the large master franchisees brands we see in India and across the globe. However, I would say a lot has changed. When I started in this business, which was about 16 years back, it was, the timeline for set up a good master franchise was 15 years. But now I would say, I think that is shortened, because the market has matured. There are much more, the infrastructure, the supply chain factor. Not saying that it's not difficult. India still is one of the toughest market for any brand, even today. But we do have the advantage and leverage of a lot of the first players who had to do all the hard work. And now we have credible suppliers, real estate, and people, resources, capital as well, which is available if a good asset is taken up for the market. So I think I'll touch upon certain parts of master franchising, because a lot has changed. I'm talking about pre-corona, I'm talking about 2019, and then now 2023, a lot has changed. Before I do that, uh, I think it is pertinent that I mention that this is not a recorded webinar. Guys, this is a live one. Today, I happen to take this from my home. So, I mean, this is all about, I don't want this to be monologic. So please, share your questions, your feedback in the Q&A box. Let me see if I can enable the chat as well. So yes, you should be able to chat with me. I am going to, I think you should be able to chat with me and our panelist here at any point in time. Just share with me which cities you're from, because hi Sundar. Hi Sundar, good to meet you. Please let us know which city you're from, because that's a very part of that's an important part of the equation, especially when we're talking the Indian market. Are you from the metro cities, or you're from tier 2? And so I think this is Ahmedabad. Hi Keyur, good to know. Hi Sundar. Hi Keyur. You're from Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad, again, an interesting market, a lot of demand for high value assets there actually. In food, actually earlier in Gujarat, the demand for food was not very high. But if I say now, from last 3 years, I think Gujarat is really, having a good appetite for F&B brands. Retail, of course, always had a big appetite there. Hi, Robin, Chennai. Sundar, you are from Chennai. Great. Anyone from Coimbatore? Hi, Nandakumar, you are from Coimbatore. Nice. And if you can tell me, anyone of you here already operating any franchise business? I think that will be good to know if there is anyone here who is already operating any brand. If yes, just mention that. So yes, we'll make it. And okay, no, Robin, you are not managing. So are all of you, if you are a businessman, put B. If you are a professional, put P. I also want to know if you have entrepreneurs in the session, or we have I. V. V means what? I don't know what V means. So it's businessman or it's a professional. I don't know what V means. Entrepreneur. Okay, great. Nand Kumar, you are an entrepreneur. Okay. IT consultant. Great. Good. In fact, Robin, I would say from cities like Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai, there is a huge interest which has come up from IT professionals coming together. Like 3 or 4 IT professionals would come in, they would actually come together. Hi, Robin, you're from Saudi Arabia. Great. Saudi Arabia is a great market. I think it is now competing with Dubai, neck to neck as far as, their appetite for international brand acquisition is concerned. Some really great players there now. So huge. In fact, we do operate couple of brands for Middle East also. Hi, Sundar, you are from Muscat. Great. In Oman also, there are a lot of, I know there are a lot of Indian entrepreneurs which are operating. Okay, great. So we have, very, very interesting brands, and I'm going to show you my portfolio. But I think it all comes down to what is master franchise, and what are our basic parameters which you need to look for. So can you raise your hand and just put in the chat box yes, or raise your hand if any one of you want to become a master franchise. If say just give me something that you are here to become a master franchise. Just put up in the chat box. I want to see if there is anyone here who is looking to become a master franchise. Great. Hi, Robin. You're exploring Gurpreet Singh. Great. Naga Raja for Bangalore. Great. That's very good. And again, that's good to know also. And again, it doesn't matter, like there's someone from Amritsar here. We have recently, in fact, sold master franchise rights for one of the brands we operate. We are the master, which is a pizza brand. Because Punjab, that area is really, becoming very interesting, because there's a good real estate coming up in that area. There's a high per capita consumption rate. So yes, I think catching a brand which you can grow in that area can be very interesting. Again, I think when you want to become a master franchise, you have to understand some 4 different areas. And money is not the only thing, because as you and I already know, I think all of us are mature adults, experienced people here, that money is a factor, but it's not the only factor. In master franchising, these are, I would say, the following. Great, Sundar, you are from Coimbatore. Again, from an infrastructure standpoint, from a per capita income standpoint, education markers, health markers, very high. So yes, I have personally spoken to many people. But again, the kind of brand you take for Coimbatore, that needs to make sense. I think I would not give you a brand which would not be, let's say, readily acceptable there, right? Because then your risk exposure is too high. So let's, I think if let's like jot down the main sort of areas around master franchise. And again, I want you to ask me questions, because that's what the session is about. One, let's start is capital. Let's talk about capital, because हम सभी जब हम I hope everyone understands Hindi here. जब हम फ्रैंचाइजिंग के बारे में पूछते हैं, हमसे पूछते हैं कि मैडम ये इन्वेस्टमेंट कितनी है, सर इन्वेस्टमेंट कितनी है और ROI कितनी है, right? Okay, so capital is one point, but that is also very, like, it's an open subject. A capital requirement for a food and beverage business, for a retail business, for a real estate kind of oriented business is going to be very high all the time, because you're investing into brick and mortar, you're investing into merchandise, you're investing into equipment, construction, and so on and so forth. Vis-a-vis, let's say, if you are investing into a service franchise, for example, cleaning, education, learning, like we have a lot of brands which are for children education. Investment is not meant that much, 8 to 10 lakhs, that's it. But then the time is the major investment vehicle over there. So you have to choose, are you bringing, and again, I want to get your response in the chat box. Is your biggest asset, which you're coming from a capital standpoint, is it the capital, like hard money, cash, or is it your time and experience? Please put that in the chat box. According to you, wherever you are today, what is the biggest thing you're bringing in the table? Is it the capital, or is it your time experience? Like, I'm a professional. 25 years I have given into my professional life. For me, my biggest asset, which I bring on the table, if I go and choose a business for myself, it is going to be my time, my experience. Time, great, Alexander. So yours is time and experience. Nand Kumar, both great, which means, okay, Robin, so your time, Keyur Patel, time, great. So we have a lot of entrepreneurs or potential entrepreneurs here who want to bring their time and experience. Great. So this should be very well tied in to your business. If you don't, I'm sorry, it is not going to work. And I'm telling you that as someone who has spent 16 hard years in franchising, And FranGlobal not just acts as a consultant and a broker. We are the master franchisees for multiple brands. But yes, when I pitch for a food brand, it is a very different pitch. When I pitch as a service to let's say we run world's #1 coaching business, world's #1 Lego business for children, real estate business, cleaning business. It's all service business. And I understand that very well. So there my pitch is tremendously different than what, let's say, if I was putting into brick and mortar. So, okay, remember, this is your answer, not my answer. So if it is time combined with capital, remember that. And actually, that's a great combination, you know, because a franchising business requires tremendous amount of time. So that's one. Second is operational. If whether any kind of business, you need operational, you need to assess. One, either you have operational something error. What error, Keyur? Are you not able to hear me? आप मुझे सुन नहीं पा रहे हैं, Keyur? बताइए मुझे थोड़ा. Is it with everyone? Mitha, Sritma, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, here. Keyur, it might be a reason that there might be some problem with your connection. Okay, because other people are able to hear me properly. Okay, Keyur, so good. The second point we come down to, so one is capital. Again, let's assess ourselves. Second is operational. Any business you run, आप चाहे food and beverage का धंधा करें, retail का करें, education का करें, आपको एक operational efficiency तो चाहिए, because अगर नहीं आएगी तो आपको business में कभी फायदा नहीं होएगा, right? Because in master franchising, your biggest profitability will come from how? Can anyone answer me? How you earn most in master franchising? Can anyone answer me here? I have a question to everyone. How you will be able to get the best return on your investment of time and money in a master franchise relationship? किसी को मालूम है? If you can just guess the answer, I would love to hear from you. I need an answer. Abhilash, you are not very far. Appointment from, correct. Absolutely. I think we have some really interesting group here. You're right. It's called scalability. It's called, yes, that's one. See, Robin, you're right. But in master franchising, chota brand bhi leke aaye, usko bada bana de. That's the opportunity. But ultimately, how you build value in a master franchisee is, I think you have said in different words, but yes, the answer is scalability. The more units you have, the more franchisees you have, the more development you have, you are able to maximize on your capital, on your operational people, on your supply chain, on your marketing, sales, everything. And that will come from, either having existing ability on the operation side or have the ability to attract and learn, either attract the right talent or at least invest yourself in learning that. Because अगर आपको धंधा नहीं मालूम होएगा, आप उसको scale नहीं कर भी पाए. Like, I'll give you an example. In my business, I work with lot of business families, and this is again, especially like 15 साल पहले, 10 साल पहले, I had so many families investing 5-10 crore rupiah into bringing in a brand, opening a couple of outlets, but never really investing themselves into operations, supply chain, and then after 2-3 years, those businesses were shut down. So again, money is just one part; it's not everything. Second is operations. Third, of course, is business model. And I do this work. We do this work at FranGlobal, with our clients, both at this side part of the table, franchisee side and the brand side also. If you compare, with Western brands, although the brand is the same and the business is the same, it's consumption, right? It's ultimately we are driving consumption, but the the labor cost, the construction cost, the real estate aspect of our country, many other supply chain issue, product quality issue. So you have to be, so the business model really should be able to catch the core of the brand, right? So McDonald's, when they came in, they knew they cannot serve a beef burger. They knew that 50-60% of their sales are going to come from vegetarian, like the vegetarian menu. So they did that from day one. So business model has to be very make sense again, and this applies to everyone. Currently we are advising luxury brands, luxury brands where one piece of cloth would be, let's say, a 75,000 rupee shirt, and we are advising them on their model. And these are the guys who have come and gone back from India. And we are also advising some quick service brands, coffee brands, every kind of brand. So the business model has to make sense. And again, we have people from Coimbatore today, we have people from Amritsar, we have people from Muscat. Wherever you are, please, you have, currently we are working with a brand for Kerala to get a burger brand, a premium burger brand from Australia to Kerala. And Kerala is a very different part of the country. There you can actually do a lot of interesting stuff with the menu. So I think wherever we are, our business model has to make sense. And the last part is value creation. Remember, master franchising is about creating value. And when I say that, I don't want to sound like a big consulting firm, but it really means what is value creation? Value creation is when everyone is the value chain, starting from the brand, master franchise, your sub-franchise partners, your customers, all, or your vendors, everyone, really is part of of that, and is building value. Brands like Domino's have built value around. So it's a listed entity. So there's a share, every shareholder gets value from every Domino's pizza which is sold. So value creation is very important. So master franchising is not an immediate ROI business. Please remember that. It is a business which should at least cross 5 to 10 years of timeline, where it has created value for you or your investments, for you, your family, for your friends, your city, your community. So that's what is important, and that can only be done where you are able to build a scalable model up to a certain sense, or a committed customers. And a luxury brand, and we work with a lot of luxury brands, they're not dealing with millions of customers, but they might have, let's say, 10,000 customers in India. But building that brand, that community of 10,000 people is more than enough for them. So it doesn't matter where you are from. I think these are the 4, I would say, fundamentals of becoming a master franchise. And I'm now, so any questions around this, please, I'm more than happy to, answer. I'm quickly going to take you through, just a bit about FranGlobal. Let me try and, oh, I hope everyone can see this. So we are very excited. FranGlobal is really very excited to be in 2023. We, of course, we were we saw what happened in Corona, and but after the initial impact of 2020, there is a lot which happened in the international master franchising industry. A lot of M&As, a lot of acquisitions, a lot of mergers, and now we are seeing, I think, the period which you are seeing right now, I think I've not seen this before in India. The amount of interest, just in the last year, there's so many brands which have opened up, are opening up. So I think there is not a better time. And remember, India, with its imperfections, we are Indian, so we can call it our imperfections. We are not a linear country, right? Straightforward country. But because we have such a big cachet of young people, who are consuming are going to consume at least for next 25, 30 years consistently. And franchising at the end of the, remember, please, this is the fundamental, and that's why, please open up your minds. Franchising works wherever you see consumption happening. So you step out of your home and you get into your car and you stop by at a car wash, franchising. You go stop by at a convenience store to buy your groceries, franchising. You go stop by to get your self a haircut or a facial, franchising. You go and buy pastries, franchising. So wherever you see consumption happening, it is all franchising. Send your children to daycare or preschool, franchising. So franchising is everywhere. And India has over 8,000 franchise concepts. We are second to the US in terms of our franchise concepts. However, there's a huge gap in terms of the throughput. Our throughput, of course, is not as big, but that's where the opportunity is. You need to, and again, doesn't matter you want to acquire international concepts or domestic concepts, doesn't matter. You need to acquire concepts which are ready for your area and which you can grow at least from 5 to 7 years perspective in your area. Doesn't matter, you choose the category. As I mentioned, wherever you see consumption happening, agar wo aaj franchise nahi hai, to kal hoega hi hoega. I've seen this 16 years in the business. Our company, Franchise India, has been seeing this since like 25 years. Everything eventually will be franchised or consolidated. From biggest of the companies, like Titans and Chromas of the world, to the smallest, where we have done franchising for Castrol bike zones, So wherever you see consumption happening, if it's in the unorganized manner, there can be a brand come in and that can get consolidated. There are lots of people in India looking for options. And if you want to build something meaningful in your area, then franchising can be a very interesting part. It can be a service concept. It can be a school. It can be a retail shop. It can be a restaurant. I don't know, but it can be anywhere. Healthcare. I mean, everywhere you see, there are hundreds and thousands of opportunities. And FranGlobal is rightly placed to help you to become and evaluate a master franchise opportunity. So this is where our strength lies, is to work with you from a master franchise standpoint. So we work across industries. We help both the brand and the investor from finding the right fit, the brand, the deal, feasibility, competition assessment. So this is what me and my team does day in and day out. And so that's our biggest offering. And as I mentioned, FranGlobal, we are master franchisee ourselves. Because we're part of Franchise India, we can take that back. So we ourselves have set up multiple brands. So we know the good, the bad, and the ugly. So that's what we bring on. And as you can see on the screen, and these are just some of the brands which we represent, from the biggest ones like IHOP, which is they have 1,700 restaurants worldwide, a multi-billion-dollar organization, to something like a Brick for Kids, which is again world's #1 concept for children, where we work with children in STEM with Legos. I mean, you name the category, whether either it will be hair or we would have a connect. So we can bring you brand concepts from anywhere in the world. And if you have any brands which are in India and which you're looking as a master for your particular territory, we can help you with that as well. These are some of the brands which we have done work for, have done the deals for. So this is, I would say, a bit about us, FranGlobal and our services. So any questions till now, which anyone would have? I don't think so. There are any questions? I would you want me to show you some of the brands, share like some brands which I think will be valuable to you? I can share. Just give me a second. So today I will share with you. Sure, Robinson, I have a Q&A. I'm eager to listen about mastermind like Peet's and Jamba. Hi, Rajiv Khanna, great. I have, so good to know, Rajesh, right? Rajiv Khanna. Hey, Rajiv, thank you. We are representing Peet's and Jamba. So just to give you a bit of a background, I would not like to share too much details. I would want, if you are interested for Peet's. Rajiv, if I may ask, have you seen Peet's coffee stores either in China or in US? If yes, please respond. So Peet's, of course, is a $1 billion coffee brand coming out of the US, Chicago, very interestingly. And just is a part of a premium coffee chain experience. If you compare them with Starbucks, they would be, I would say, let me try and bring that Peet's coffee presentation. Excuse me. Yeah. So Rajiv, if you see, I hope you can see this. So Peet's is positioned above the usual coffee brands, Starbucks, Dunkin', and it's just a better coffee experience. They are operating 100 plus stores in China right now. You can see that. So 85% of the business is in the US, 5% in China, and the rest of the business between their two different brands, which are further most premium than Peet's. And so Rajiv, why I'm not sharing too much about it is because they are only looking at a country master franchise. They are not looking at any area or a state. They're very clear. Since it's a part of a much larger food group, it's the same group which also owns Pret a Manger. Pret a Manger got signed by Reliance last year, their first big investment into food. So with Peet's, since it's one of the main coffee brand assets left from the US. There are not many left, or maybe there are not any left, the known ones. So and again, they have done a fantastic business and expansion into China. So they do understand, operating into Asia. For India, they're very serious. They know that the Indian coffee market is heating up. So great brand recognition, Rajiv. But if you can tell me, are you an existing operator? If yes, that will be helpful. And what I really recommend, I'm going to leave my email and my number here. And this is Indian. This is my number. I hope everyone can see this. And this is my email. And for focus groups for Jamba, so Jamba West is already signed. And yes, we are working with focus for Jamba. We can talk about Auntie Annie's also, Carvel. Again, with that, we are looking at, we are open for regional development as well. But again, yeah, again, focus being one of the largest food groups in the world, they would be their option of looking out, and they, most of these groups have experience in this part of the world. They are looking for a seasoned, experienced operator, or someone who is looking at putting a huge investment and focus into the brands. So Rajiv, I would love to touch base with you. I have great, Rajiv, I think Jamba for North is available. I think you have my details now. I put in my email as well as my number. Why don't we again get one-on-one? Because as per the demand of the group, I would want to share a brand which I think will make a lot of sense to some people, because it has the possibility of multi-unit, regional and city development. So you can see, sure. Rajiv, look forward to speak with you with regards to Jamba. Great brand. I mean, very American in nature. So I'm looking forward when Jamba opens up in India, because we are not very used to of that big American smoothie and juices. But yes, I think so they are doing a lot of innovation on the product side for India. But yes, right now, if you really see, we don't have a national we do have like Keventas, which is into shakes, but still there is no national smoothie / fresh juice operator. It's a huge category. I have worked with multiple brands in this. So interesting. And remember one thing, Rajiv, and this is for everyone, beverage business has much better margins in the quick service business in comparison with the food. So yes, if you make it, then it becomes very interesting. Okay, so we are going to talk about Figaro Pizza. So Figaro Pizza, with full disclosure, I'm very close to this brand because last year we bought the master franchise for Figaro Pizza for the Indian territory. And it has been a roller coaster ride since then. We have see, we are when we talk about master franchising, since we are not like a pure operator, right? My core business happens to be franchising, and that is my core business. That is something which we can credibly demonstrate strength, experience, resources, bandwidth, anything. So for us to kind of invest into Figaro Pizza was purely because pizza is a very interesting category right now in India, and would be like this for at least another 10 to 15 years. It has taken almost 25 years since the big guys came to the country. So many people have come and gone back. But the pizza market is the most interesting market right now. 26% growth year on year. We have two large international players. Both of them actually don't practice sub-franchising. So there's a huge demand from the investor community. There is, of course, there are a lot of domestic brands which are operating. But fundamentally, FranGlobal and of course, our chairman, we wanted to work with a brand which is solid in its function, in its SOPs, because see, franchising, the power of franchising comes from what? If anyone can answer me, where does the power of franchising comes in? we see brands everywhere, right? We see one brand in 100 countries we visited. I've been to over 60, 70 countries. And there are some brands which follow where I would see everywhere. Where that strength comes from? The strength comes from the system. In fact, whenever you would see a franchising report, they're not gonna say uh, outlet sales. What do they call themselves? System sales. So when somebody will quote a McDonald's sale, they will say McDonald's system sale. So franchising's strength and power only comes from one thing and one thing only: system. Franchising is a system. And that's why, and yes, there are multiple models of doing franchising, but it's very straightforward. Franchising, the power of franchising comes from system, following the system. Yes, making the system better every day, no doubt about that, but still following a system. How can Subway operate 45,000 restaurants? Do you think if they start doing joint ventures, FOCO, FICO, all those things, do you think they can actually do 45,000 restaurants? The answer is an absolute no. So the power of franchising, please remember this, guys. Doesn't matter if you're a franchisee, franchisor, if you don't invest, if you don't propagate, if you don't control, if you don't invest or make your system credible and uncompromising on that system, it's just very hard. Yes, you might sell franchisees. See, selling franchisees is very different from building the franchise system, building scalability in the system. So with Figaro Pizza, and I had the option, as I mentioned, this is what I do day in and day out to get the bigger brands. But, if they're asking me of a certain investment without compromising, not open to certain supply chain issues which India has. So Figaro was a client of ours, and I think it was very important that I wanted a partner who we can work on the operational side, who understands that in India, I have to source everything within the country. My menu is going to look very different from their American menu. My pricing will be very different. So my format is going to be different. Not further away from the system, but 25, 30, 35% renovation, innovation, which I need to do. Figaro, we found the answer and we became the master. And my mode of entry, this is our mascot, Figgy. He's been with us since the inception of the brand 42 years back now, and delivers pizza to everyone. That's his passion. We have different models. So, we're all about flavor. And that was so the company and the brand is very, very, very strong on product. The management, the team. We have a Indian menu. So you see on the left, this is our Indian menu. So we have like a paneer tikka masala, apart from like classics like margarita pizza. We have a kadhai chicken pizza and a creamy garlic chicken pizza. So, and of course we have our own crust. So pizza is about two things. Baki to sab kuch different, ek jaise vendor se hi aata hai. So our crust, so we have our own original crust, cheese burst crust and thin crust, and our own blend of sauces. We have appetizers. We are a fresh dough brand, so we're making the dough in the store. Have a proofing room which makes the life of the dough for at least 2 days. I'm seeing there's some chat option. I don't know. Can't see it. I think I'll look at chat. Okay. And we have a team which comes from all the big quick service operator. So the first 6 months our operations team spent, while me and my team spent in building the partnership network on building the menu, supply chain, how the store is going to look like, training, manual SOPs, vendors, sampling, everything. And so everything is done for you. You need to come in and become a friend. We have 3 models. So we have a dine-in model. We have which is about 80 lakhs investment, about 1,500 square feet. start from 1200 to 1500 Delco model, which is going to be 75% of the 70% of the development, which is 60 lakhs, can start from 800 square feet, and the food court model 40 lakhs, 450 square feet, around that area. So so this is Figaro. So our mode of please rewrite your contact, couldn't say. Okay, so so we have, since then we have been able to acquire our master franchisee for Delhi NCR. So that partnership is closed. Maharashtra, Goa, Gujarat is closed. Hyderabad, Telangana is closed, and we have recently done a deal for the Tri-City area. And we are now looking for, of course, sub-franchise partners, so single unit or multiple unit partners in Delhi NCR, in western part of the country, in Telangana. And we're looking predominantly master franchisees for UP is open, Abhilash, but the NCR, the NCR part of UP is gone, but the rest of UP is available. And Bangalore, Chennai, Bangalore, Karnataka, Chennai, Tamil Nadu is available. Kolkata, West Bengal is available. Rajasthan, Jaipur, Rajasthan is available. Mid part of the country is available. So very few areas. On the metro side, you have Bangalore left, which is a priority area for us, and Chennai as well. But here we are only looking at mini master franchisees. So I'm not going to be doing a direct development in any part of the country. I'm working through my area developer partners. So they come in. I am the Indian master. We have development partners for different states, different clusters, and under them, there will be a franchise network. So we are inviting partners from across the country. I've already mentioned to you, there are options available for single unit, where the partners have already been decided. So our first set of stores are coming up in Hyderabad. This is near High Tech City. High Tech, yes, High Tech. We have our store coming up in Delhi, in Kalkaji. Both of these will be opened by end of Feb. So I'll invite you to taste the product. Our partner in Mumbai also is finalizing a location, so she's also coming up between February and March. And so the process has started, and objective is to build a sustainable, scalable business in the pizza category, much nearer to Domino's, Pizza Hut in its standards, SOPs, quality, price points. So actually, sabke same hi hai. And I think what we really want is to capture like a 250-300 store opportunity in next 5 years through our area development partners, because there's a huge gap in the market, and I think our decision is purely based on our research analysis, feasibility of a credible international brand coming in and working through creating about 15 or different master franchisees under our master franchise structure, and overall sort of distribute that one big opportunity into 15 different people, and build a valuable business. So that's what we are looking for. I think we are top of the hour. Yes, so I think you have my contact details, guys. And if you have any questions, I hope this was this was valuable to you. And please, I would love feedback over here or online, please. We're all online here, or on my WhatsApp, that how was the session? Did you find it valuable? How we can improve it? And what would you like to include in the session? Any particular topic, any particular brand, any particular case study or industry? We would love to hear that feedback and accordingly shape up our next session. Do you want some international brand people to join us. Although Saturday को शाम को थोड़ा दिक्कत होता है, हम ही काम कर सकते हैं Saturday शाम को. But so you just let us know. Again, this session is purely based on connecting with the existing and aspiring master franchise community in India and other markets, and try and share what we do as part of our services. So okay. On that note, I want to thank everyone who has stayed with us till now, is watching us on different platforms, and also want to thank FranGlobal and Franchise India teams to be able to do this. And yes, if we, FranGlobal, Franchise India, any one of our companies, our partners can help you in any which way in your journey to become a franchise owner or a franchise operator, then yes, we would love to help. This is what we do. This is our passion. And I want to thank you. You have a great evening and have a great week.